Hello guys, welcome back. So before moving to the regular expression, it is mandatory to read about file. We will discuss about file handling. So in this video, we will work with text file, and in next video, documents and Excel sheet. So let's work with text file. So let's say there is a variable called fhandle. So this is a handle and you have to use open. So this method provides a way to open a file using the file type, returns a file object. So inside fhandle, it will return an object and we are going to store inside fhandle. So open, and you can pass any name of the file. So let's say my file .txt, and you have to write a mode. So comma, mode is write. So write mode, what it will do, it will create the file if file is not available on the same location. So let's run this program. You can see the output. So here, if I will refresh my project, so you can see the file got created, my file.txt. So now we will work with the txt file, and there are three modes: read, write or append. So we will work first write mode and then we will go to further. So how to write the line inside my file? So it's very easy. Let's say line equals, I'm having, this is first line, and let's say this is line 1, and you have to use, there is a predefined method fhandle dot write. So whenever you will write any line, so you have to use write function. So here I will use line 1, and if I will run this program, so you can see in my text file it got appended. So here I'm going to write here. So let's say if I'm having line 2, and let's say this is my line 2, and I've created line 1. Again I will write. You have to use again write function, and let's say fhandle dot write, and you have to append the line 2. Now you will see when I will run this program, so you can see in my file, this is line 1, this is my line 2, but you can see it is coming in the same line. So if you want to break the line, what you have to do is you have to pass here null character. So, or we can say new line character. So this is a new line character. So let's see. So you can see in next line the other line got created. So you have to use new line character if you want to move to the next line. So in this way you can append line 1 and line 2, but you have to close this handle whenever you are using. So for closing it, you have to use close. Let's open a file into read mode. So fp, we can say this is a variable, fp open, and the file, let's say my new file .txt, and I want to open it into read mode. If I will run this program, so you can see the output. So you can see input output error, no such file directory. So here I did not create any file, my new file name. That's what it shows error. The functionality of write mode is, if file is not available, it will create, but the read mode is it will not create, it will read directly. If file is not exist, then it will give error. So how to handle this error? You can use here exception handling. So try, you can keep this statement inside try block and accept, what is exception? Input output error as ex, and you can print file not available. And finally you have to close it. Finally fp dot close. So this is a professional way, so you have to close whenever you are opening any handle. So this is the object I'm going to open, and you have to close it. Now we'll run this program, so you can see file not available, and there is a problem with close because file is not available, then it will not return. So what you have to do is, if I will open the file in write mode, so it will create the file. let's run this program. If I will refresh my handle, you can see my project. So I will refresh it. My new file got created. Okay, some spelling mistake here. A new file. Okay, I will run it again, and you can see here the third file got created. I will refresh it, and you can see the third file, new file.txt, got created. So now I can open it into read mode. So let's open a file which is my file.txt, so which is available. So my file.txt, and I want to open it into read mode. So now let's run it, and what I can do is just I can read the lines. So fp.read. So this is a read, and it will returns the complete data whatever present inside my txt, and I can print this data here only. So I stored into a data variable and I want to print it, so just I print it. So if I run this program, you can see the output. I'm able to read the data from the file. So in this way you can read the data. Always you have to remember, you have to close it whenever you are using. So in this way you can use read mode, and the last mode is append mode. So let's say if I will open again my file.txt, what I can do is I will copy the code, same code whatever I'm using here, and I will comment this portion as well so that there should not be any confusion. And this is the file, and here I'm using writing mode. So you can see the existing data now. This is my first line, this is second line. So this is the existing data. So now what I want is I want to append the data. I want to add the data with this data. So what I mean is if I will open the file in append mode, so append mode says A, and I will run this program, so you can see inside my file, so again it got appended. So it will not overwrite the data. If you will open your file in write mode, then it will overwrite the data, but if you will open your file in append mode, it always will add into the next line or next data. So always remember, when you are writing into a file, so it should be a string format. So let's say if I'm having a age variable, let's say 90, and I want to write it, so fhandle dot write here, and I will pass age. So you can see, and I will open this into a write mode. So if I will run this program, so you can see the output. Okay, so it shows something expected a string other character buffer object. So you have to convert it into string, then only it will be able to insert. So if I will use here a string, if I will run this program now, so you can see it got inserted. Now what I want is I want this data into new line. So what I can do is just here I can use new line character, and then if I run this program, so you can see in my file this got here in third line. So in this way you can insert the data, you can append it, you can read, and there are various methods available like write line, read line, and lots of methods which are predefined and you can use it. So let's assume you want to get the data line by line. So how you can read? I will open again, so fp equals open the file name like my file.txt. By default it will open into read mode. If you are not defining mode, it will also acceptable. So fp dot read line. If I will use read line, then I will store this line into a data. Let's say there is a variable data, and I will print this data, and I will comment this portion as well. So let's run the program. You can see here I'm able to read the first line of the file. So this is my file and I'm able to read the first line. So using read line, you can read the data or you can read the first line. But if you are using read lines, so there is a difference between read line and read lines. If you are using read lines, then you can see there is a list of all lines. So this is first line, second line, third line, and this is a complete list. So read lines will return a list of all lines in the file. So this is the difference between read line and read lines. So in next video we will work with documents. Thanks for watching.